This video is going to be about editing multiple sequences simultaneously when using Premiere Pro. A lot of people refer to it as pancake editing. I can easily tab between the different sequences I have open. That's not unusual. Other nonlinear editing systems can do this as well. I do like the fact that with Premiere Pro, if I hit the tilde key, I can supersize any of these sequences that I want. The tilde key is right below the escape key. Some people might be wondering why you would want to edit multiple sequences simultaneously. If you're anything like me and you recorded a lecture that was 35 minutes long, you might want to edit that down to where it's less than 15 minutes. If you're like me, the very first sequence will be the entire lecture without any editing. Then you might have sequence number 2, you've edited down to maybe 22 minutes. And then finally, sequence 3, you might have edited down to where it's only 12 minutes. And you're happy that you've got it down to 12 minutes in length. But you might open up another sequence, and now you start putting things that were maybe in the middle at the very beginning. Something that was at the end, you might put in the middle. So you're starting to rearrange the order instead of leaving it in a sequential order, because you kind of want to have the important stuff at the beginning of the video, or people might click off. If I want to drop and drag this video clip into this sequence, it's really easy to just drop and drag it. Now, some people are going to say it did more of an overwrite instead of an insert, and I would agree. So let me hit Control Z. With my keyboard, if I hit Control, which I'm going to do right now, and then if I drop and drag this in, like set it like right here, see how it knocked everything down? That's more of what people call a ripple edit. It's not that one way is better than another, it just depends on what you're trying to do. If I want to take all these titles and drop and drag them into this sequence, I can do that easy enough. So I hope people can understand the benefits of having two sequences open simultaneously. If I want to take all these clips that I have highlighted, I can drop and drag them into this sequence down here. And like I said, I can do an insert edit or an overwrite edit. Let me hit Control Z. Now this time it's going to do more like a ripple edit because I'm going to hold down the Control key. That's how you can start editing your sequences out of order if you did a lecture and you want the most important parts at the very beginning. At the end, you'll have the stuff that's not as important because you want to keep the audience who's watching your video interested in your video. Some of you might be wondering how I got these different sequences stacked on top of one another. With Premiere Pro, if you right-click on that icon, you can notice a lot of different options. If I just undock the panel, which I've done, I can stack this on top of the other sequence, which is what I'm going to do right now. So now I've got 3 sequences I can see simultaneously. But I don't like the way this is set up, so I'm going to drop and drag this. I just have to actually drop and drag this right into here. And now I've got the 2 sequences showing right now, and I got to kind of just resize that. With Premiere Pro, it's up to you to group the tabs the way you want them. If you notice, I have the source monitor and the program monitor both in this window, I guess is what you would call it. So if I go to HDV really quick and I hit the tilde key, if I go to this clip right here and I want it right where this guy is right here and I double click it, it knows to send it right to the source monitor in Premiere Pro so I can edit it a little bit more accurately if I want to. But if I click on here anywhere and start scrubbing, now it switches over to the program monitor. So you can have the source and program monitor in the same window if you want to. And that's what I like about Premiere Pro. It's up to me to organize the graphic user interface the way I want to. For example, if I hit, well, it doesn't matter how I have it on my keyboard, but what I'm going to do right now is show you that I've totally arranged the graphic user interface in the opposite way that you just seen it. What was on the left is now on the right. I will end this video by stating I use several different layouts when I'm editing with Premiere Pro, but 90% of the time it's set up exactly like you see on the screen right now.